citing security failures in the Parkland school massacre.
A warning: if there are children in the room, the content here may be disturbing.
Well, with all the screeching recently about Vladimir Putin and Russia and treason.
By the deadline is a couple of days before the debate. Are you concerned about that?
No. Jimmy, my emails are so boring.
We came, we saw, he died.
I don't want to see him impeached. I want to see him in prison.
On this Memorial Day, as our nation honors its unbroken line of fallen heroes, and I see many of them in the audience here today.
We understand that a plane has crashed into the World Trade Center. We don't know anything more than that.
I tell you what, CNN should be ashamed of itself having you working for them. You are a rude, terrible person.
I'm not going to give you a question. You are fake news.
Everyone, this is Jazz, your friendly computer assistant, and the producer of this ridiculous show. Well, before we get started, we have a couple of rules to go over. Absolutely no doxing anyone, and no threats at all. Also, no talking about anyone's children. Other than that, have a great time. And now, the one you've all been waiting for, the Jew with all the shekels. Your host, Steve Pinder.
Well, good evening, everybody. I hope everybody had a wonderful day today. Mine was quite interesting. It was not without its moments. I decided to have a little bit of fun today. So what I did was I was listening to Revenge of the Sis. I try to spend at least, half of their show anyway. I listen to them because I think that the guys are funny, Mersh and Royce. And I listen to them. It's kind of interesting, and it's fun when they go after Owen. And so I'm listening to them, and I'm like, something? I'm going to send them a message. Just, kind of clear the ear kind of thing. And so I'm like, well, what would be the least intrusive? They are live. And I'm thinking, they can't, I don't want them to, text them or something like that. So I'm like, let's just send them a Facebook Messenger, So I go and I find their Facebook page and I send them a Facebook message, and I think it was Royce's phone beep. And I'm like, no. So he starts going, wait a second now. And of course, he reads off the message, and friggin' Mersh just is like, fucking Pinder, this and that, and just acting like a complete horse's ass, like normally does. It's funny, though. It was funny. But it's just like, really? Really? Who the hell answers Facebook Messenger while they're live? I mean, that is sad. Who the hell does that? I don't even answer text messages while I'm live. Like someone sending me via my phone, like phone number. I don't do that. So I kind of find that I kind of think that's kind of pathetic. Like I said, I'm still going to listen to them because I think they're funny, but that was really pathetic. I mean, that's sad. Like, what, no one sends you enough messages on Facebook that you're like, oh my God, I got a message on Facebook. I must answer it. When I didn't think they were going to answer it on the stream, but so what? Anyway, so that being said, let's get into, I answer bullies bullhorns. He wasn't on a bullhorn, Field. He wasn't on a bullhorn. Plus, I think, Field, I'm not going to be in the other Discord. I don't have it. I thought I had it where I wanted it, but it's not ready yet. I thought I did, and I was going to use it tonight. I still might. I don't know. What the heck did you... Eggman, what did you go and hide Brian Johnson for? Brian, you're unhidden. Thank you. Look, I queued up Whack a Troll. Okay, just so you know, if we have a troll problem tonight, which we might, just saying. If we have a troll problem tonight, all the mods, we have a game called Whack a Troll. Okay, you got 60 seconds to get as many of them as you can. And the one that gets the most wins, okay? So, that being said, let's try to get into the topic tonight. I'm going to try to. I need to turn this camera down a little bit. There we go. That's a little better. Yeah. You have no idea what happened? Okay. Why the heck am I going offline? That's kind of weird. Wow. I saw it shut off and on there real quick and came back. Okay. No one's going to, Judy. No, not going to do that. Just saying. Yeah, that was weird, Boulder. I heard it like a click and it was going on and off. I watched it. It did it like twice. Yeah, it's back now. It's just kind of weird. And it stayed green the whole time. My green stream health. So, for whatever reason it was. Yeah, it was like a few times there. Okay, anyway. Subject, we're going to continue. Yesterday's lunch, and I kind of knew. Yeah, thanks, Field. I kind of knew that yesterday's topic that I did for lunch was going to. It just was. I should have saved it for tonight. So, what I'm going to end up doing is. I'm just going to continue that tonight because I think it really, really needs a discussion. So, hey, Slap Weasel. And I don't know how many people, type a number 1 if you were in Wednesday's stream or you've gone back and heard Wednesday's stream. Okay, guys, can you hear me? There, yeah, okay. Well, type a 1 if you were on Wednesday's stream or you've seen Wednesday's stream yesterday. Yeah, Field, thanks. Eggman is trolling you. Yeah, I see that. Okay, well, we talked about, anarchist. Okay, people that don't believe in any form of government whatsoever. And I guess what I wasn't able to do, of course, yesterday was to put up I like putting up definitions. Very, very important. So let's go ahead and put the definition of an anarchist. Okay, a person who rebels against any, remember that, any authority, established order, or ruling power. Okay, a person who believes in, advocates, or promotes anarchism or anarchy, especially one who uses violent means to overthrow the established order. Okay? Now, we've heard a lot of people use the term saying they're anarchist. and I tend not to believe them. If we go by the definition of anarchist, they're not anarchist, okay? They're mad at the government, yes, and rightfully so. Our government kind of sucks, okay? But what they're not doing is they're not utilizing. I mean, this is the definition right in front of you here. They're not going by the definition. If they were truly anarchists, first thing they would do is become a sovereign citizen because they don't want any part of the government. Okay? So they're not, though. Look, they're mad at the government, yes, but they don't, it's not like they're disavowing the government. Okay? You like the protection we live under? If you want to call it that, I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Or you truly want to dissolve this government, you want it gone. But okay, I'm going to go over this again. I'm going to go over it again. Now, anytime that we've ever had any kind of zero government, okay? Without zero government, zero control, because that's what government is. Government is control, whether you want to believe it or not. Okay, government is control. So, if you don't want any of that control, what are you going to do? How are you going to protect yourself? If anybody, any of my mods that are in my Discord want to come in and discuss this, I will open up the Discord there. And soon enough, guys, as far as the stream Discord, I have it open right now. I just don't think it's ready. We'll see. I might open it up by the end of the stream. But if anybody wants to come in the Discord, I'll open it up. Or any of my mods anyway. Okay, so the problem with individualism as far as no government involvement whatsoever is people tend to want that security of numbers. Okay, there's no security in living with yourself, you know, your wife, your kids. What security do you have? It's just however many you have in your family that can handle a gun. And that security can easily be overrun. So the problem with that is it tends to, we form groups, we form factions, we form tribes. And when that tribe grows, there has to be rules. There has to be order. And automatically, a government starts to form. Well, yeah, Richard, it means without rulers. But guess what? Everything that grows in numbers, a tribe, a faction, a group, anything, has to have rules as it grows. Because you can control 10 people. You can talk to them and know them individually, but I don't believe that once you get your numbers up there, you know everybody. You're going to find some jerk that wants to take advantage of the rest, and therefore you have to establish rules. Anybody in the Discord want to talk about that?
Well, how about an understanding? Like Fredo. Fredo was the oldest brother, next in line, but he wasn't cut out for the leadership role.
Yeah.
You know, older doesn't mean wiser, always.
This is true.
So, yeah, there's a time and a place. Leadership tends to bubble to the surface with ambition and aptitude and intellect, and people follow leaders. Like they don't have to always be the smartest. They don't have to always be the strongest. It's the combination. It's not the person always railing against the government.
This is true.
That gets people to follow them.
Yeah. This is true, but what do you do say you're in a group of 15 people. That's easily, you can know everybody in a group of 15 people. We have, just about 30 in ours, and we kind of know everybody there. We know everybody well. Or there was 26 in our group. Okay.
Sure.
So say we grow bigger than that. We have rules in our group already. We have unwritten rules.
Understandings.
Yeah, we have understandings, yes. But say we lived in a community outside of just a verbal and an audio and video community. Say we were in a community where we physically lived with each other. Do you think we could do that and grow past our numbers without establishing rules?
No, I think that we would have informal and maybe possibly formal discussions on the role of everybody's attributes and abilities, because I would be naturally drawn to building, okay, and others would be drawn towards to like being a preacher or being a center of conversation. And some people would be quiet, but they would be farmers. And so yes, there are certain roles that I would not want. I would not want to be the face and the voice. Although from down here in the pulpit or down here in the gallery, I would be one of the loudest ones, as you know.
Yeah, of course.
Look, this is where we should be going, or this is where I think we should be going. How about just tossing your 2 cents in? You're going to come to a consensus of understanding none of the time.
Yeah.
But what you will have are people that are willing to give up over here to make up over there. And that is not necessarily conforming. That's just being compensation. Compensatory.
Okay.
So I would say, okay, this guy can talk more than me, standing in front of the whole group, but I get to blah 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 over here and do my own thing and build my own way without him telling me how to come out in my space and build a house or a barn or a fire pit or a well, because that's not his space, right? But I would listen to him. That's being diplomatic.
Yeah.
I would listen to their opinion. This is what I tell my workers. I will always listen to your opinion. But at the end of the day, it's my name on the line, and I have to make the call.
Yeah. But you also have
it's
a
like
small
that in the
group.
household.
Okay. You also have a small group. What if your company grew to 300 people? It's going to be harder to know everyone.
Yeah, I was heading there.
Okay, but it's going to be harder to know everyone individually and personally and understanding who they are as an individual. Do you think you could do that and really know all, 250, 300 people?
Correct. Yeah, the hierarchy would take over some of the delegation.
And then you would basically talk with them. You would establish some sort of company guidelines. Most companies have guidelines.
Human resources type of positions. I hate that.
Okay, yes, but is it necessary? Are those type of things necessary when a group gets big?
For cohesion, yes. Somebody that is the leader of the rules, or not necessarily doesn't have to be the elder of the tribe, but the person that carries the traditions, the books, the celebrations, the holidays, the do's and don'ts. Okay, we have in Western civilization, don't marry children. They don't have that in some religions of peace.
Oh my God, you almost made a joke. Okay.
I'm just saying that,
yeah,
there are people that carry the fire. Okay, back in the caveman day, there was the fire carrier. That was his job, to carry the fire. Without it, the tribe died.
Yeah.
And that was a very special job. The shaman was different. The leader was different. The hunters were different. The gatherers were different. The diggers, the planters, the children had roles.
And there were punishments when someone didn't do their role. Thing. Yeah, but when someone didn't do their role and someone didn't hold their own in the tribe, there was severe punishment. Sometimes when they couldn't trust you, they would basically throw you out.
Shame is a very powerful factor. I mean, just look at Owen's story, Big Bear's story. They tried to shame him into submission, into the Holly weird people. And he goes, yeah, here's a big old F you. I'm going to go lumberjack with my brother, figure some shit out, and then buy a place, up in the Northwest. Yeah, those are life goals. That's something to be respected, not being shamed by the wrong way to go.
Well, yeah. So, but here's what I'm saying. A lot of guys, I don't know if you're understanding what I'm saying is I've talked to a lot of people that call themselves anarchists. And they basically don't believe in any authority, any government. And I'm like, with the population that we have, that is impossible.
Not necessarily. And I'll give 2 examples.
Please do. I've been waiting
opposite.
for someone to show me. Yes.
Okay. So in Montana, when I was there for 6 years for college, we had 2 groups. One was basically an anarchist militia group. And I'm not going to name them, but everybody knows who I'm talking about, up near Butte and Helena in the mountains.
Yeah.
The other were the Hennonites.
Okay.
Related to the Mennonites and kind of an offshoot of the Quakers, but much different. Now, they were completely self-segregating tribes with different goals in mind. One of them was militaristic. One of them was religious. Both of them, when they came to town, had the same needs. They both tried to steal toilet paper from Kmart. They both tried to get ammunition. They both needed gasoline and propane and other food staples. But their goals were different. The religious sect was trying to keep their dominion over their children and their wives through the religious word. And the militia was trying to keep dominion over their followers through fear and intimidation, and then also by giving people larger and larger roles. It was only the people in the militia at the bottom that escaped. Because if you were at the bottom, you had no power. Same thing in the religious group. It was the kids in high school that came to town and saw the freedoms of other kids that would leave that group. So once they got as elders, they didn't want to leave the group. They wanted to perpetuate the group and keep the rules in line and keep the younger ones in line. And because it's sort of like you're feeding off the life of the youth.
Okay.
So that's a point about anarchy that people don't understand, is that there will always be a hierarchy. And the ones on the bottom, their youthfulness, their energy, their labor, their spoils, their blood is feeding the upper elder.
Okay.
And always will. That's why I have a problem with anarchy, because it will devolve into feeding on the blood, sweat, and tears of the younger coming up generation.
Wow. That is a really unique perspective on that. And that's going to require a lot of thought on that one. That was awesome. So, I mean, like I said, I want different points of view on this, and that was a really good one. So the thing that I'm concerned with is a lot, and I've heard the discussion, and there's been so much talk about it, is, one of the people from our persons from our group, they said, well, Steve, you talked about roads. How would we get roads if we didn't have government taxes, things like that?
Okay.
And because that's what I talked about on Wednesday. And they were like, oh,
Sure.
and he said that a person with the automobile companies, don't you think that they would pay for the roads to make their vehicles ride better on? And I'm thinking to myself, no, not a chance. You realize the cost of the vehicle?
No, they want wear and tear. It's obsoletism.
Well, yeah,
It's like computers. Why do they break down? Why are operating systems constantly being updated?
The only reason highways were made is so people could get where they were going faster.
Well, I would say this. The biggest, fastest, cleanest road in Colorado is privately built and owned and operated.
Well, dude,
now,
that's
it was
fine.
a toll road for 10 years.
But here's the thing.
Now it's free.
So, but here's the thing I'm getting at with that is, we talk about zero government. Okay, how do we exchange? Do we go back to the barter system? No, we can't use money. There's no value. There's no value in paper. So do we go back to gold? Well, who sets the value of gold? There has to be some order there.
I have a problem with anarchy when it comes to contracts.
Well, yeah, there's
Fulfillment
nothing. There's
of contractual
nothing.
law. We should get Shamrock on this call. Shamrock, being a lawyer or almost a lawyer.
Yeah, well,
contractual law.
Well, Steve,
how do you lease?
Steve, gold isn't money either. Gold isn't money. Gold is worthless. It's a rock. We give it value. That's what it is. Do you know what's actually has value? Something
ideas.
Ideas, but something that will actually get you what you want. Gold is not real money. It has no value. Just like diamonds have no value. It's just what we gave it. It's just a rock. Okay, Steve, if everything hit the fan, if it was all done, there was no government, no order, and someone comes up to you with a pile of gold saying, "Hey, I'd like to buy this from you. I'd like to buy that gun from you." For what? Gold? Gold is worthless at that point. The only thing that is worth money.
Well,
what's gold gonna do? Gold is. What are you gonna do? You're gonna eat gold? No, gold is only valuable because we give it value.
No, what I am gonna do is take that gold, melt it in my forge. I actually have a blast furnace and forge, and I'm gonna make a knife, and then I'm gonna take everything you have, or I'm gonna go out and kill a deer.
Here's the thing. But here's the thing.
Anything you can make into a weapon.
Yes, that's what has value. Ammunition is value. Ammunition and weapons.
Is value.
Because let me tell you something. The person with the ammunition will take everything you have. Just saying. The person with the firearm.
The first make their own ammunition.
Well, yeah. Well, the person. I mean, I can make my own bow and arrow. I'm not even worried about that. Oh, you can make coins from. What value is a coin? Stephen, what value is a coin? What can you what true value does a coin have unless you give it value? Without government, it is nothing.
I agree with Steve Mazur, who says that spices traditionally have had value because they keep the meat.
Yes, that has value.
Fish, the meat, the protein. The protein keeps the tribe alive. So yes, but spices and salts do have intrinsic value.
But a coin means nothing with no government to back it. Means nothing. Why do you think diamonds are worthless? You can pick them up off the ground in Africa, but someone in the late 1800s, Jewish person, gave it value. Okay, and all of a sudden everybody had to have one. It has zero value. Zero.
Yeah, De Beers creating an industry. How do we create an industry? Oh, we'll sell it to women, then they'll demand it of men, and then they'll pay us for it.
Yeah. Yeah, so
okay.
So I mean,
my kids do the same thing with technology. So why? But technology-wise, I'm not going to go off on this but it does have a value, being a learning tool, a communications tool, things like an entertainment tool. So it has value, but it has to be run by something. So I was actually my point was, the two traditionally most important things to humans were fire and ice.
Yeah.
Fire and ice. Ice to keep things cool, especially your kill. Fire to cook it and keep you warm and alive.
Yeah.
Take it all the way down to that. Then it was sharpened sticks, spears, then metallurgy. After that, everything else is pointless and useless.
The only reason money has any...
stick is pretty pointy.
Okay, you're breaking up, Kyle. But getting back to Steven in the chat, the only reason money has any higher standard of exchange...
Canadians in here.
Well, the only reason money has any kind of exchange value is because the government says it does. It has
we agree. You and I agree. The government issues it, but you and I have to agree that it has value.
It means nothing. Okay, say we lost all... our government was gone, all supermarkets closed down, everything. No food, no nothing anywhere. Mm-hmm. Okay, all that was gone. The only thing you had was what you had in your house and your weapons. Money has no value anymore. I don't know why you think it does. What the hell are you doing?
Hold on. Kyle.
I'm sick of listening to you commies.
Hey.
Yes, there you go, Steve. Yes. Missouri, you got it right there. Without money, we barter. That's exactly what we would do. We would barter.
Bartering is like my main fucking way of...
There you go, Kyle. Kyle is a Canadian and he lives off bartering. Okay?
Straight up.
Well,
that's it, man. I'm telling you.
Listen, money has 3 properties. One is fungibility, meaning that it can be broken down into smaller parts without losing value. The next is storability, meaning it does not lose its physical mass over time. And the last is agreeability, which means that in the larger context of the culture within which you happen to find yourself in, it has agreed upon trade value. Salt can be money.
Exchange rate, yes.
But you have to agree on it. The problem is not everybody's going to agree on you. You leave your little tribe that you've created. Now that doesn't have any value somewhere else. It's just like the exchange rate from U.S. to Canadian. There's a big difference.
Well, that's why you have to negotiate.
Yes, but the negotiation is a barter.
Speakerphone?
No.
He sounds like he's speaking through a vacuum cleaner.
Echo chamber.
Yeah.
That's because he's a commie.
Hey, I need to thank
Sauce. You have no business telling anyone else whether they're a commie.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Kyle can't say that. But hey, Sawson, thank you so much for that super chat. Really appreciate it. Yeah, paper can't be money.
Whether a medium of exchange has value depends entirely upon the cultural value ascribed to it and its abundance. The reason why the dollar has value is because you can pay your taxes in it. The reason why the dollar falls in value is the Fed prints so many of them.
Yeah, I know, but that's not the government.
The Fed has power is because of the Social Security number.
The Fed has power because of the 13 families that run it. But that's besides the point.
The Fed has power because of the Federal Reserve Act, making all other banks beholden to it.
Yeah, thank you, 1913. Anyway,
hey, thanks, Sawson. Nice super chat.
Yes, thank you so much.
You guys,
I have something to maybe add to that. Okay, barter system works great if two people agree on the value of the item. So, say I'm doing a barter system with a vegan, okay, and I have a pile of meat that I'm trading, okay. And the vegan goes, what the hell?
Whether you have money, currency, or are exchanging goods themselves, all trade is an agreed upon value between two parties.
But maybe the whole town is. But what if the whole town has agreed that meat, steak, a good steak is worth so much money, and that's what we barter with. But we have this one vegan. What the hell do we show that person? That's where I can't trade them steak. It has no value to them.
Well, okay, so listen.
Hold
on. That vegan takes the meat from you. He knows there's a market for it. So he trades for what he wants in the rest of the village, who he knows he can offload that meat to, maybe at a price.
Yeah,
maybe he gets a little bit more than he traded to you. Maybe he traded you labor. You gave him meat, and then he trades that meat for linens and textiles and a roof over his head. So he can parlay, so it's not always between two groups. You have to see that trade.
The trade itself.
Slap Weasel has it.
Look, the vegan. All of you are clearly missing the fact that the vegan didn't make it from the helicopter to the ground in one piece.
Yeah, but see, Slap Weasel has it. Guys, hold on. Slap Weasel has it. He says, "I say shoot the vegan and take a small engine."
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Although I prefer taking him up on the helicopter ride.
Cody Bear's got it though. He said they're
get a lot of credit, assuming they have enough balls to fucking own an engine.
Okay, but Cody Bear's
apart from all of that, the vegan has to make a trade for a good that he knows that other people will value more than him. So that's one trade between him and someone else. And then he goes around town and trades that away for his more valued goods.
Yeah, but Cody Bear has it. He goes, there wouldn't be a vegan in your village.
Each of those trades is his individual trade, right?
Yeah, but would we even allow a vegan in our village?
Yeah, kick the fucking vegans out. We don't want them. Let them starve.
The only time I want to listen to a vegan is when they call me a murderer when I toss them out of the helicopter.
Oh,
in this scenario, what if the vegan is also a doctor and can provide medical care?
Yeah.
We'll find a better doctor. One who hasn't had a. We'll just find a better doctor. One who hasn't had a fatal case of helicopter syndrome.
Would a vegan doctor be able to cure Ebola?
Well, let's think about it the opposite way. What if you had
a vegan can't carry anything
in your village of 20 and you're the only one that eats meat? At least you know that when you die, they're not going to eat you.
This is true, but when they die, I'm going after them because that's grain-fed Angus beef.
Oh, hold on.
Well, right now, this is a real thing. There are specialists and professors across the world saying that the fate of humankind rests on our ability to eat our dead.
Yep, Swedish scientists endorse this cannibalism to save the earth.
Yes. Today.
Well, it largely depends on how they died. I'm not eating no roadkill.
Well, it all depends on how good of a kill is. I mean, could be fresh.
Is it a clean?
Makes Chinese.
I've eaten
roadkill before.
85 is pretty tough meat.
If you're starving, roadkill is like filet mignon. Okay. Well, yeah, Steve Mazur, we used to walk around with gold and silver in our pockets, but we had a government. What we're saying here is, what would happen if there was no government? How would we form something without any kind of ruling authority? That's what the whole topic is. Just to get you caught up.
In order to avoid being abused by people with guns, we need to give a small group of people all of the power over the guns.
If
that's what they want us to do now, and look what. Whoa, wait a second though, but that's what they want us to do now.
And gold had no value in our 20-person village. Only bartering did. Then murder would be because you have more meat than me or you have more vegetables than me.
Yeah, but Field said something here. Said, "Oh, you need to give all the guns to one group." Man. Yeah, but he says that we need to give all the guns to one person so they can protect us. No. Everybody needs to have guns so no one takes over.
Clearly, we need to have a king because all of the other nations around us have a king. Someone throw.
Okay, wait a second. Someone throw this commie out of here. Anybody got a helicopter?
Didn't work. Dude, throw that.
Okay, Field is a commie. Throw this.
Samuel Colt made all men equal.
Yeah. Yep. I got one of them. So.
The handgun. Samuel Colt.
Yeah.
God made men equal. Samuel Colt made men equal.
Well, no, God made what was it? How did it say? God made
men, and Samuel Colt
made them equal. Them equal. I got one of them guns. I love it. Anyway, so
I cannot wait until I can legally own Colt.
I can't wait till you can legally say like the shit on your mind without waiting for a knock on the door from your English Bobby.
I can't wait until you can legally own a
They don't even carry guns.
Yeah.
Just open the door, slap them in the face, and close the door.
They do have large metal sticks to hit you with, though.
Yeah, but you can buy a rake.
And tasers and fucking
Have you seen Minuteman? He's skinny.
Yeah, he is.
Hey, calm down.
He needs to eat more blood pudding or whatever it is they have over there in
blood
Titopia.
pudding?
I might be fucking athletically built, but fucking you just don't fuck with the police. It's the same as fucking like Steve did when fucking police come to your door. You're just like, oh, okay, I'll negotiate this and fucking I'll talk to him later and get my lawyer involved. You know what I mean?
They also have the right to enter your property, which they do not have here without a warrant.
Well, they don't here either.
What? I've seen some videos.
I saw a video of that old lady who got arrested. That was pretty harrowing.
Based Amy?
Yeah.
She should have shut a door in their face, and then they have to come out of the door.
Well, she just like she took the door chain off, and they busted right past her.
Yep.
Yeah.
She's for those of you who don't know, Based Amy is the one that
pops the balls off them for that.
What are you gonna do? Call the cops?
No. Guys are talking over each other, man. Everybody's talking over each other.
Yeah,
Let's.
I know, mate. I'm fucked.
Man, are you drunk? Who are you talking to?
How are you guys doing? Anyway, nice to see you all tonight. You all okay?
Do you know where
you're live on the air?
On the air?
Yeah,
he didn't know. He didn't know they were on the air. Yeah. See, this is the Stream Live chat room.
Yeah, your government's listening to you.
Yes,
right now.
That's not Minuteman.
Listen to me all the time.
It's not who you think it is.
Yeah, I don't know who Minuteman is.
Yes,
that particular.
I don't even I'm not drunk. I don't even know who I am.
Who is that? Is that? Wait a second. I think
He's
I have.
Irish.
I think
Irish.
I think
That
Interpol.
particular drunken Englishman is not currently in English. He's definitely in South Carolina. He's allowed to say whatever he
Who
wants.
the hell are you calling English? You know, I'm not even an Englishman. You know.
Yeah, I know, but
Oh,
I think,
well,
wait a second. Wait a second.
Fine, Welshman.
Guys, hold on.
What the
Interpol.
fuck? Like,
Interpol.
that's different.
Interpol's calling me right now. Guys, hang on. Interpol's calling me.
Like Wales is different.
I don't have anything to do with it.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna mute the Discord if we're all gonna talk all over each other.
If I can do with the English, I'll tell you that now. Not a
Minute
fucking
Man,
thing
be
to
quiet.
do with the English.
I'm gonna mute the whole damn Discord. It's really everybody's talking over each other.
That is a thing that's potentially happening.
Hey, while I'm at it, yeah, drunken Discord, yeah. While I'm at it, why don't you guys buy one of these? See that beautiful ugly mug? When you drink out of one of these things, your life just looks wonderful because nothing can get worse than this. Okay? This is the bottom of the barrel. When you drink out of this, everything else looks wonderful. Okay. Now that we're done there with the live infomercial, let's get back to this discussion without stepping all over each other. And now we have a silent Discord.
Well, there's an angry Welshman here, so.
Who's the Russian?
Well, don't you fucking dare call me Welsh. I'm not Welsh at all. Fucking.
All right, back
Welsh.
to the actual topic of
Yes,
anarchy.
thank you.
What is anarchy the topic? You know.
It is. So I'll ask the chat this. What is the most accurate representation of anarchy as it has ever happened?
That is a difficult historical question.
No, I'm asking the chat, not you.
Yeah.
I am in the chat, you know. The chat has all of it.
We're asking the chat
yours-
in the stream.
In the live stream.
Yeah.
The Wild
It's all the
West
same thing,
says
it's
Slap
not-
Weasel. Yeah.
Oh, that was pretty
Remember
close.
the Wild West was also in Australia.
Yeah, and
That's sort of my
and
point.
the law and order was just basically local. Whoever had a gun that could enforce it, and that always didn't win.
How about the Silk Road?
Ooh,
Marco
That
Polo.
was kind of a Chinese.
Well, this was a time before the large-scale distribution of firearms.
well, Antifa, they are anarchists. They want to do away with all of our government.
Yes.
They're communists, is what they are.
Well, yeah, obviously.
So
How about the time after any government falls?
Well, could you consider Venezuela
So,
anarchy right now?
No.
No,
No,
not yet. But you could consider
that's not a fallen government. That's
Los Angeles
fucking-
after the Rodney King verdict.
Yeah, the riots.
The local
Yeah.
government fell.
That's an anarchy because there is still a government in the whole thing.
Okay. Well, let's go back to that. Boulder
Wait,
brought
do
up
you-
something, guys.
If a system is in place that nobody
Hold on.
respects,
Hold
is
on
that
a
the same
second.
as-
Hold on a second.
Hold on.
Boulder brought up something there. Now, those riots, it showed a lot of things that we're talking about. The stores were closed. They were looted. They were robbed. People's only means was to shoot them away. Remember the videos of them standing on their roofs with AR-15s.
Rooftop Koreans.
Money meant
Yeah,
nothing.
we just said it.
Money
There's
meant
more of those.
money meant nothing,
That's very
guys.
true.
Money was
There's
nothing.
two Koreans and all that.
We need more
That was
roof
it.
Koreans.
Rooftop
was a
Koreans
very-
are awesome, yes.
So the looting.
Two
Why?
Koreans for
Why?
fantastic.
Well, because
nobody
Los
signed
Angeles
up for
is
them.
Los Angeles is a disarmed is and was a disarmed society, and a disarmed society is a violent society.
It was not a disarmed
Because only
society.
only the criminals have access.
No,
to
it
force.
was not disarmed at the time. People were allowed to own AR-15s. Those people legally defended
That was-
their shops with AR-15s from
That's
the
why they
rooftops.
survived. That's where they survived.
1996, Los Angeles already had extremely stringent gun control laws.
Yeah, they had strict laws, but you could still own an AR-15.
Yeah, you could own it.
Shotgun.
It was difficult to get though.
But you could still own one. Now you can't.
Yeah.
The difference between the LA riots and the Wild West. Now, if you go back and really do some research, Pinder, you'll back me up on this. There were very, very few draws, in the middle of the street, two people shooting each other over a dispute. There were very few shootouts and gun killings in small towns. These were largely popularized and serialized in big newspapers back east.
Because they were so rare.
There were in dime novels, but there were in native versus European wars or settlers. Basically, the wars were bloody. The Wild West spaghetti western was a falsity used to promote a narrative.
That's a fantastic point. When it came to the Wild West, the most violent town in the whole Wild West was Tombstone, and you had about roughly one murder a week. One murder a week. And that was meant to be the whole.
Deadwood did too.
Well, those murders were based on the cowboy gang. That was based solely on the cowboy gang.
And the ones in Deadwood were based on gold. It wasn't the old West that you hear about, like, let's have a draw at noon in the street. These were the same people that coveted somebody else's exchange rate. Whether it be gold or money or land or cows or whatever.
It was entirely rare.
Well, also at the time,
you get people,
duels were illegal.
Sorry. Duels were illegal.
No, in a lot of places.
Duels were legal in Colorado until 1922.
Exactly. In the Old West, duels were legal, and most of them were not fatal.
Can I say something?
It's a misconception as well.
We still have. You can have hand-to-hand combat duels in Texas. It's called mutual consent for combat.
The point goes to the anarchy. So was the Wild West anarchy? No. It was governed by the local elected sheriff. Now we do not have elected. Well, I have an elected sheriff. Largely, he covers everything, but the city police are the ones that are interested in their pensions, their jobs, their retirement.
And
I say,
him,
make everyone an elected accountable to the people again. Get rid of citywide police force and make
here in Ireland,
everyone
we have the same
must be elected.
Okay.
In England, the same problems, the same thing. We over here at the moment, we've got the whole Brexit thing going on. Everyone fucking getting really wild up about that because our entire government is on our entire government is on.
No, Robert Hatfield is wrong. In the chat, South Africans are setting fire to immigrants in the street right now.
Yes.
Resources are not enough. Guess what? That is incorrect.
Well,
when white people ruled, that was a country of excesses, both scientifically, all of the farming, that was the breadbasket of Africa. Guess what?
I am not going to say that things aren't bad in South Africa. I would not say that things aren't bad.
Hey, I'll say it for you because you can't. Things are really bad in South Africa.
I genuinely can't,
Okay, but also Robert Hatfield said Castle Doctrine. Castle Doctrine isn't a duel. It's basically someone coming into your space. A duel. Yeah, but let me finish here. Guys, let me finish here. A true duel happened with a slap. Remember, the slap began. They both agreed on a duel. Castle Doctrine is not that, not even close.
Castle Doctrine has absolutely nothing to do with mutual combat. Castle Doctrine is a common law principle that has to do with the defense of your home.
Yeah, okay, guys, if we don't stop talking over each other, I'm going to literally mute the Discord. Guys, give each other a chance to stop talking over each other.
Hey, I waited.
I know you did. I'm just saying, it's becoming, people are complaining.
Okay, I agree.
Okay, because it starts, it's when it gets this big in Discord. Okay, it gets this big in Discord, that happens. But I respect everybody's opinion in here. We have some great ones. Just let someone finish, and then the next one goes. Because we're already on 52 minutes.
Shamrock says that Field was correct. And I agree with Field that we have Make My Day law in Colorado, which extends from your house to your car to your property to anywhere in public. If you pull a gun on me, if you endanger my life, if you drive at me in a car, I can shoot you.
Mm-hmm. In Texas, it's different. All someone has to do is say, I am going to shoot you, or I am going to kill you. Direct and imminent threat. In your presence, boom. Shoot them on the spot. Don't even have to wait. All they have to do is say they're going to. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Steve, I think one of
Friend
your
of mine
snakes wants to say something.
Who?
A friend of mine wants a conversation with Field, you know, and he was talking about the castle doctrine, and you know the UDK. I'm very sorry. The UK invented the castle doctrine, and you guys copied it, and made it your thing.
Yeah,
Castle
which
doctrine.
means we made it better, longer lasting, and and totally against the British pansies that taught it to us. Just like everything America does.
Exactly. Fantastic. 100%.
See? It's not hard to get a British to agree with you. Just say, look, we do everything you do, just a lot better. And for longer.
I'm not even British, just saying it.
Oh, you're not?
Okay, hold on a second. Robert Hatfield says articles all over the internet with video of South African burning immigrants in the streets. So
yeah, which South Africans, Robert?
South
Is it the white farmers?
Well, it certainly isn't the white farmers. They're the ones getting burned and killed.
Yeah, Robert, that's what I'm saying. They have no guns to protect themselves. They're dying by the day. It's a mob rule in South Africa now. Mob. Uneducated, violent, tribal mob. I'm going to say it.
With a direct democracy.
No, not just black on black, Robert.
It's black on white. It's black on white
Robert.
there. The whites are getting killed there.
Murdered.
Well, that's what happens when you elect a communist government.
It's always a commie.
Well, he was a.
Yeah, I see Robert Hatfield's point he was making. Absolutely, I see the point he's making.
Yeah,
okay, explain it. Explain the point to me so I become less irate.
You okay?
Well, that's just some of the videos, Robert, though. Robert, that's some videos. The majority of the people being attacked are the white farmers that are getting basically thrown out. They're getting killed, chopped up, thrown out.
Yes, not only that, but
that is what
the conviction rate for the people that murder the farmers, rape the daughters, kill the grandmother is less than 15%.
Slap Weasel spot on with that. But yeah. Yeah, nothing like a tire fire necklace. Yep, everyone's so Mandela's such a peaceful man. Yeah, him and his wife, that's what they did. Yeah.
It brings starvation and genocide, David.
Basically, they would pull a tire over the top of them, okay, locking their hands at their side. They would fill the tire with some kind of accelerant like gasoline or whatever, and then they would light it on fire. That's what they were doing. That's what a tire necklace is.
So I'm going to just say this. Both Robert Hatfield and Horatius, 14, their comments were withheld because they put blacks in their comment.
Yeah.
Who did that?
I don't know.
Google did that.
Yeah. Well,
YouTube
absolutely.
did that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know.
And then it had to get approved by a moderator. And
yeah.
You can't say this. You can't say that. Fuck you. I use all the words.
Well, here's the problem. I mean, go to Chicago. It's black on black crime. They're killing people at a rate of, what is it, 150 a month?
No, it's. Don't forget about the black on white crime there, too.
Oh, I know, but the majority of it, 90% of it is black on black crime. Let's be honest. 90%.
I can agree with you, and it sucks.
Yes.
But it does spill over.
It doesn't make the news, though.
Be the gun's fault.
Yeah, of course.
Well,
they come from Texas. Did you know all those guns in Chicago?
Anyone that kills a white guy, or a illegal guy for that matter, anyone that kills anyone that's not a white guy with a firearm, then it doesn't matter, you know?
Pastor Jack, black on black crime is...
With any firearm.
Hold on a second. Pastor Jack, black on black crime is everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. But the majority of black on black crime, 90% of it happens in Chicago.
95.
Okay, my bad. 95.
I
was being nice.
You mean 95% of the crime in Chicago?
In my country, that is entirely illegal. Say them, you know, those certain statistics. So let's just say, you know, there are certain people kill certain people with firearms. You know what I mean?
What's Mr. Harass trying to say? He's speaking in code.
I'm trying to figure that out.
He's speaking in code. Okay, let's see.
Certain people kill certain people.
Hey, Minuteman, hold on. You can speak on this in just a second. I want to talk directly to Pastor Jack right now.
Okay.
What?
I posted something on my Facebook page that has gotten a ton of hits and discussion.
Do you want to have him call in?
Yeah, I'd like to talk to him.
Pastor, call in.
Talk to him. And here's my point. That in the 70s, we had black men in the home with the family. After Lyndon Baines' "Fuck you, Johnson."
Yeah.
Okay. We had the welfare state, and now we have 26% of black men in the home. But of those households where black men are in the home, 95% graduation rate from high school, the lowest rate in the entire black community of incarceration. So the point is, the only way to save the African American community in the United States is to have more black men in the home raising families.
Yes. I bet you Pastor Jack will agree with him on that. Oh, you can't call him right now, clean up mess, 10 pounds of pizza sauce all over the floor. Okay. He must be at the restaurant.
There's a bit more to it, because you have to lower the rate of single mothers, because it's something like when a single mother brings a boyfriend into the house, the child is like 50 times more likely to be abused.
Yep. Yes, they are.
So it's not just, it's like you have to come at it from, it's a particularly pernicious problem, because you have to address the female responsibility part of the problem, and it's really difficult to hold women accountable for anything.
This also relates to anarchy, because once you have taken away the father, you have a mother raising children without a partner, and that creates anarchy. It creates it. on a
Yeah,
purist
because
form.
the authority figure, who's predominantly the man, women don't hate me on this, but the authority figure in the house is predominantly the man. When that authority figure leaves, anarchy happens.
If your anarchism is going to be in the least bit long lasting, then it has to be predicated on solid family units with present fathers. There's absolutely no way to have a maternalistic or what is it? You get a matriarchy system. It's just not going to happen because the young males are going to go wild.
Sparta was built on a matriarchy. However, they all gave up their sons to the military.
Yep.
The mother was the ruler. It was a matriarchal society passed down by the mother. However, every son served.
That's entirely true.
Yep.
That's how it was.
Hey,
that's Herodotus.
Timmy Lynn, how's it going?
No,
Glad you're here.
That's how it was. Sparta, you're right. You're incredibly correct.
Is he doing that on purpose?
Are you speaking
they were.
right now?
He's like,
I'm trying. I'm also partially quite drunk.
You're inebriated, dude.
Okay. Then you need to log out.
He's representing his people.
I'm slightly inebriated. I will tell you that.
That's no slightly about
Maybe
it.
slightly.
He's not quite Boulder drunk yet. He might be.
slightly.
I think he's Sergeant drunk. Not quite Boulder
Can we
drunk.
start saying formerly Boulder drunk? Because I haven't been drunk like
This
that.
is true. This is true. But it does have its own level with that. You don't get Boulder drunk anymore. No. Not even close.
I don't get drunk at all.
No, you don't. I know, which is
I didn't realize
awesome.
I was on live, I thought I was just on a normal call.
No, you're our,
I didn't realize I
you're our
was live.
jester.
So what do I say when Interpol calls me, Minuteman? Just saying.
Well,
I laugh.
I mean, like,
Prank caller.
wrong place, buddy. You don't have a dog in the hunt here. Piss off,
No, I start
wanker.
making fun
I just
of
tell him, piss
That's
off,
the word.
wanker.
I'm figuring out what I'm going to tell him myself.
All right, Minuteman. Shamrocks come in, so just log on to the stream. Pastor, I would
Okay.
like to talk to you in 10 minutes when you
That
have a
sounds
moment.
fine. I will talk to you also,
The mob rule
See you soon.
versus anarchy. The mob rule in South Africa versus anarchy.
Tomorrow can see you all later.
Okay.
Oh, there's already Tamara there, so say hi to Tamara.
Yeah, tomorrow.
I'd like to touch back on that. The mob rule versus anarchy.
Sleep
How
tight there,
similar
buddy.
and how functional they are.
Well, democracy is mob rules.
Correct.
It's just take the vote and the most people get their way. One way or the other doesn't matter.
But anarchy is an agreement.
Well, don't you think an anarchy is a lack of any cohesiveness? Because cohesiveness
No.
can be
No,
but
because, like-
cohesiveness can be seen as authority.
Well,
I mean, I'm going to go back and I'm going to put the definition.
only the communists who ascribe to the definition that you show think that authority is a bad thing because a carpenter has authority over how to build a cabinet.
I understand that, but I'm going by the definition alone. So what I'm saying here is if we go by this definition, a lot of people that say they're anarchists aren't really anarchists. It's some other name. It's not anarchist.
How about we
Greek
simplify
from
it
anti.
back to
Hold on,
our group
Field.
of
Meaning
26
opposite.
Hold
or
on,
against.
Field. Okay, Boulder, go.
Our group of 26 people would come to an agreement, an established order.
Mm-hmm.
Rebelling against the established order, I would call them teenagers.
Yeah.
Okay. They don't want to be told what to do anymore, and they don't want to do what they're told by their elder. Well, that's great if you want to go and be a lone wolf or a lone lion, but you die in nature.
Yeah.
In nature, being a lone wolf or a lone lion. So the only way schools of fish survive, schools of sharks eat those fish.
Mm-hmm.
Whales are in pods. What's a group of crows called? A murder. Why?
Now, isn't that it has to be 3 crows though, correct?
3 crows of Native American descent is sitting in a circle in Billings, Montana. I am legally allowed to fire upon because they are a war party. Still, to this day, it's on the books.
Yeah, well, so 2 crows is attempted murder, right?
Yeah. Why do we gather in groups?
Because we self-segregate. We look
in groups.
We segregate. We self-segregate. We form groups. We form faction. That's human nature.
So legally, I guess 2 crow tribesmen is a war soiree.
Damn it, Field. I really like your humor, but damn it, Field.
Oh my God. Is there any way to end this stream and actually come to some kind of conclusion here? Because I did a half an hour yesterday on it. No, there isn't, Shamrock?
I think I'm with Shamrock on this one.
Yeah, let's go with Shamrock's definition.
What's her definition?
I haven't given a definition.
Okay.
My point was that no, there's not going to be any sort of conclusion because you were a bunch of stubborn individuals.
Okay, guys, I have a phone call coming in. I know who this is.
And you're not going to agree.
Hey, I resemble that remark.
Hello, you're on the air.
Yeah, I think I could bring this to a close.
Okay.
We were talking about anarchy, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Anarchy is something I don't think anyone wants, and anybody who's been in the theater of war, I've never been in the military, but the people I talk to will tell me that when you are under fire, you do not want anarchy. You don't want it around your home. You don't want it in your country. You don't want it in your area because, believe me, people are going to die. Now, I got survival skills and weapons and ammo. I can smoke, salt, and dry stuff. I got enough rice to make China say, what the hell is going on over there? My mechanical skills are lacking, but, I can usually figure it out if I am online. But speaking of online, that Discord server, it's what I would call a great nuisance, because it's great, but it's also a freaking nuisance. Anyways, I want Field on my side if everything goes to hell, because you couldn't stop that fucker with a line of tanks later.
Okay. Yeah, he's not wrong.
No, he isn't.
He's not wrong.
But I also
He's not quiet.
I also want to say something to Sergeant. Anarchy, the definition of anarchy is rebelling against rules or ruling power or against any authority or established order. Yeah, you could say it's the absence of government, but it's not just the absence. Okay, the absence of government is no government, but anarchist is a person who rebels against. It's the act of.
Think about the what we all know as the Lord of the Flies.
Oh God, yeah, perfect example.
Most people have read it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Prime example of anarchy.
Yes.
Now think of that as, instead of children, as adults.
But also,
I'm not talking like Bachelor and Bachelorette Island or whatever that show is bullshit called.
But did you see what happened on the island? Even in the island, they formed 2 groups.
Or Survivor.
The hunter group, and then the one that wanted to sit on the beach and wait for help.
I gotta go chase some chickens out of a tree.
Is that what they call it now? Some people just say rubbing one off.
Well, no, I actually have a tree with chickens in it, and that's not where they belong. They need to be in the chicken coop.
I mean, there's so many code names for it. Punching the clown. I mean, come on now.
Who the hell is...
That's funny.
Well, why wouldn't you punch a clown? They deserve it.
I'm just saying.
So the difference being between the Lord of the Flies and Survivor television bullshit is, like, let's say our group of 26 would have established a impeccable order of acceptable rules to govern our own selves. No one being in charge. However, we all know who's in charge of what goods we want from them. The baker, the contractor, the electrician, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We would establish our rules knowing that we want to govern ourselves without a higher authority other than religion. And then you'd have a guy come into town with a Bible, and he's like, now you all must. And then that would lead to strife, tribalism, and warfare.
Well, look at what happens on the show Survivor. The second it starts up, they start to form groups, and they'll be like, okay, you and I, we're going to be together on this. We're going to work together. And all they do is they form groups to knock the rest off, and as soon as it comes down to it, they go against each other at the end.
That's because there is a prize.
Yes.
Think about the prize this way.
Well, the prize for men, the men to do this, is the women.
Yes, of course.
The one that wins gets the women.
Take this bite of the apple.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Take this bite. I'll put out. You know what I mean? Jeez, that's what it is. Well, I think that's a good place that we went way over on this, but I don't think there's no way we were finishing this in an hour. Not a chance. Do we have anything else we're going to add to this? I think we could probably go a few more minutes.
I'd just like to say I was sorry to Robert Hatfield for calling him out a couple of times. Maybe I took him out of context and didn't, text versus speech.
Yeah.
I'd like to talk to him. I'd like to maybe invite Robert on the phone next time. And,
yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Him and I can maybe hash it out. And I like I said, sorry, Robert, if I did that.
Yeah, I mean, look, I love the opinions. I love the diversity of opinions here, and that's what this is for. And we argue and scream at each other, and that's wonderful. You know, that's how it is. We're not hateful to each other, but
yeah, absolutely.
You know. But
yeah, and I agree with Ken. Every now and again, maybe we should do a 3-4 hour stream.
Oh God!
So that it is.
No,
it's long form discuss. Well, you can drop out anytime you want.
Yeah, you would think that she would be in for a long argument, Miss. I'm going to be a lawyer. Okay, like not every case is going to end in an hour. Not every case is. I'm helping you out here, getting you prepared, Shamrock. Okay, some cases will actually go longer. Just saying.
I'd like Shamrock
he hates me
come
now.
at me through the legalistic framework that she's been trained in. I come from a scientific background that I've been trained in. And I also, I work on my knees all day and get paid. So I'm a whore.
What?
No.
Best of luck to you with that.
And we know what's happening to your knees now, huh?
Oh. Pastry always comes in at the end to make fun.
That's all he needs to. He sits back and just waits and waits.
Have a little chat at some point, but I'm just saying, if you're going into multiple hours, you're gonna lose people.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good thing. I mean, stamina, like you don't want a 6-second Kyle. You want a 3-hour Boulder,
Okay, on that note.
All right, we'll close it down.
We're going to close it down? You going to stick around to blow up a planet with me? I like blowing up planets, just saying. It's what I like to do. Let's get that music up, and we're going to get ready to blow up a planet, people. We blow up a planet every episode, and you notice Boulder, the planet is very round. Did Boulder leave? Well, some people are leaving. We can talk over the music. Unless it's so loud. I guess not. I guess I'll talk over the music. There we go.
Well, it is your show.
Well, I know, but I had the Discord opened up so we can do that. Well, David, I know this one got demonetized, I'm sure. But thanks to everybody that come in. Thank you again, Saucin, for that awesome super chat. Oh, you like this, Ken? Ken, you know something? I wrote this song, you're going to laugh, 22 years ago. And then and it's just a simple riff. And I wanted to play it again on the stream, so I re-recorded it for the stream. Yeah. Oh, now they won't overtalk the blowing the planet up. Okay. Well, it still has a ways to go. I don't blow it up immediately. Oh, you like the beat? You know, originally the strings in the background were a guitar. Oh, Saucin, you're welcome here anytime. Again, thank you so much for supporting the channel. Hey guys, there's tons of different ways to support this. I don't always pour shekels on me like it's on the screen right now, but yeah, contrary to popular opinion, I'm not rich. And I'm doing better with the support. You guys are awesome supporting the channel. I'm going to be able to get more equipment. But there's different ways you can do it through Super Chats, PayPals, or you can get an ugly mug. Thank you, Slap Weasel. Very ugly mug. Or you can support me on Patreon. You know, ugly mugs. Like I said, I showed one on the screen earlier.
And one is enough.
And Pastor, I can't talk to you right now. Hold on a second. After the stream, call in again and we'll talk with the guys on Discord and all that. So, yeah, please call in again, Pastor, because I'm ending the stream right now. Yeah, Robert, that is me. That is me in the karate video, yes. Yeah. Yeah, I don't fight in tournaments or competition anymore. But I still go to fight class at least once a month. I enjoy it. Yeah, your ugly mug is full of bourbon. Okay. Well, everyone, that is it. We're going to blow this thing up.